For those who are unashamed to say you love tactical fixed blades, in this video we're going to be looking at one that I think is pretty dang near perfect. Stick around. Man, I'm so excited about this review. I purchased this knife with my own funds. It's not sponsored. This is kind of one of those knife purchases for my own personal journey, and I am really stoked to be talking about it today. Here at 411 Outdoors, I do a lot of knife reviews, man. Just buckle up. You're gonna see many over the years if I'm allowed to live a long time. But when it comes to knife reviews, my YouTube channel is about 40% being bushcraft related, 60% being fighting, tactical, self-defense related. I've mentioned before that people have joked around and told me I had tactical fantasies. Well, I don't have tactical fantasies. I just really love knives, and I like training and studying on how to use them. So let's talk about Esee knives, made here in the USA, some super fine equipment. And I've only reviewed one Esee knife here on the YouTube channel. It was a very weird color. It was like a bright green and orange Viper version. I want to say it was an SE6. It wasn't even my knife. It was a good friend of mine. I was reviewing his knife. Well, this blade we're looking at today is my first personal Esee knife, and I'm excited about this thing. It's in their ES4 series, and the ES4 is a very popular blade, very popular EDC, very popular bushcraft blade. But with this particular search, I wasn't looking for bushcraft, I was looking for tactical. Let's look at it. Saw this for the first time and I thought to myself, are you kidding me? In the past, when I needed a blade like this, I just grabbed my Gerber Strong Arm Coyote Brown and just go off and do what I gotta do. So I never really was drawn to buy the standard version of the 4, but would you look at that? 9 inches altogether with a 4.5 inch blade, and both sides of this is super sharp. So you'll have to check out your state regulations and all that crap when it comes to carrying this around. I'm good here in VA if I carry it openly. 1095 carbon steel with a traction coating on the blade. It's kind of like grayish black. I love these clip point knives. They've got such a great look to them, and I love this double edge on this knife and the way it works. I like this so much better than a regular dagger. I'm here for knife fans all across the world, whether you're in the USA or in some other country, but I'm also here for people of every type of budget. This is not really what I would consider a budget blade. It's about 125 bucks for this ES4 Tactical. In many cases though, all you have to do is just hold the knife to understand why it's more costly. Not even doing a sharpness test on this. Super razor scary sharp. Let's look at the sheath. Always going to get that good lock in with Esee. You can move this clip around, you switch it around however you want to, upright, scout. It's just solid. You could even turn it around and put it in your pocket if you wanted to, but really good retention on this. Let's talk about its purpose and effectiveness and the ways we can use it. Feels super comfortable in my hand. I feel like I've got great control. Here's my jimping here. Dudes with gigantic hands may find this handle small. If you've got a large glove size and under, you'll love it. I love the size because it's a little easier to carry something like this than it is a great big knife. And if you're concerned about having a sizable, heavy hitting blade with you, out in the public square, this is one you can take with you. It's got a double edge, so you've got a lot of versatility. It will slice with the best and pierce with the best. If you're an ice pick, it does have the slant. If you pierce, you've got the reverse edge you can pull. It's the same here with your slicing. You can thrust and pull. A knife like this is very dangerous and effective because of its limitlessness. I like the hand protection. I don't like the bars to come way out. I know some of you like hand protection to stretch way out. I'm actually good with this. I find that to be sufficient. The blade has good thickness and you're going to have a lot of durability with it. Let's look at the clip as well. The clip is, obviously very nice and locked in. Something very unique about these blades is along with the slash and the thrust is a pull. So it's 1, 2, 3 in one motion. You would have that capability with a blade like this, a slash, a thrust, and a pull. It's the same from any position, a thrust and a pull, a slash down, a thrust, a pull. With ice pick, thrust and a pull, you could slash this way, immediately come back with this type of edge. You can only imagine the piercing ability with this, and if you jab and it's stuck, you can turn either direction. Something else to consider about this as opposed to a traditional dagger is the hooking ability it's going to have. The daggers typically have those rounded edges, but imagine how much of a hook this could be. There's enough tang hanging off the end if you wanted to show a little mercy. Now, I'm not trying to sell this knife. I'm already sold on it. That's why I bought it. But this video is for those who have looked at this as well, and they just want a good display of what this thing is and what they can expect. But I personally, for everyday carry, absolutely love the size of this. You could just be getting something solid that sits right in the middle. Let's look at some angles and then we'll close this thing out. I've got mine on the side for now, and you do got to give this a little bit of a pull, but it's in there tight. And as you can tell, you know, you've got something solid here when you're looking at these angles and you look at the amount of length that you have to work with. Now, not everything has to be a fatal attack, but just going back to something I said earlier, if you slash here and you come back in for the pierce on this thrust, you're able to pull this way and continue because of this edge. And again, just remember, in the clinch even, the ability to pull this way or whatever situation that you're in. Sometimes just a little sting is all you need. Remember, we as people, unlike animals, don't have stingers. So sometimes just a little sting, you know, depending upon the situation, may be, you know, all that is needed. It doesn't always have to be a fatal attack. You just have to be prepared to speak to whatever you're doing when everything is settled. Sometimes it may just take a knock on the head, but a good combat knife will always give you options, and you have options with the Esee4 Tactical. You've got the double edge option. You can see that shine right there. You've got that. If you have large and under glove size, you have a handle that will fit you perfectly with a pommel on the end. Carry options are there, and you've got everything you need to work with. If Esee is your brand, which I'm loving this. This is my first Esee I ever purchased, and I'm super stoked about it. The Esee4 Clip Point Double Edge Tactical, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you found this review helpful and resourceful. Do you have this blade or anything like it? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Take care.